DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the FL1 Betting Podcast. Back on Thursday here, where we rightfully belong. Paul Russo, Jim Sanacropi, Kyle Evans here with you. Week 14 is upon us here in the NFL. Thanksgiving in the rear view. All the usual stuff here coming up on the podcast. Review, discuss, lock in, all the good stuff. So all that, including thanking a couple more of our sponsors, including Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. Get the insurance you need from the people you know at Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, the insurance agency for your home, auto, or business. You can get a no-obligation quote today at fingerlakesinsurance.com. And Lil John and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Lil John, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. You can check out Dr. Odd and Dr. Liz online at liljohnortho.com. All right, guys. Thanksgiving go good for you? Everything good on that front?
Yeah, it was a nice Thanksgiving.
There you go. Well, I have bad news to show you guys then. I was the only one eating properly over the Thanksgiving picks for us. Even that I don't know +1 in the bank is good, but hey, we'll take being in the green as opposed to the red.
I did win $50 on the Ohio State game. I went against you there. That was easy money. But I thought it was easy money last year, too, and Michigan won.
Yeah.
I warned you, man.
Yeah, you did.
You could have gone 3-0.
You did. But that'll happen in big-time podcast lock betting.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
Hey, I'm just happy I got the Bengals. Happy I got that under. Jim, me and you were locked up there. You and Kyle were locked up with the Colts, and I don't know what to think of them anymore, but they're struggling. And
well, the Miami game was disappointment to lose for sure, and then the Houston's better than I think that we thought. I mean,
yeah, and at the time we picked, we didn't know C.J. Stroud was playing. We didn't know Daniel Jones had that injury. That announcement came right after our podcast.
Yeah, we should turn that green.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, Houston is definitely better than, I mean, they started, 1-3, 1-4? They've really turned their season around.
Yeah, and Davis Mills did a good job with Stroud out to keep them kind of afloat, and their defense is good, and, Ryan's a good coach. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, this week in the NFL is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, everybody's still alive except for, like, the Cardinals, Giants, Raiders, Saints, Dolphins, Jets, Browns, Titans. I mean, but everybody else.
Got one more team in there.
And the Commanders.
Thank you.
But, I mean, the only teams that have really locked in a playoff spot are the Patriots and the Broncos. There's nobody in the NFC that is, like, 100% in. Yeah, it's likely the Rams at 9-3 and the Seahawks at 9-3. But then you got the Eagles at 8-4. It's pretty likely the Bills at 8-4 and the Chargers at 8-4 and the AFC are in. But I mean, other than that, even the Colts, Jags, Colts, Texans, Ravens, Steelers, Bears, 49ers, Packers, Buccaneers, they all have work to do. And teams like the Chiefs and the Bengals, the Lions, the Cowboys, they're on the outside looking in right now. But all these teams are playing each other this week, and this is the best regular season week of football in the NFL this year.
Yeah, it's a pretty big week period because I did want to ask, get to it, just making some picks too for the college football. It's championship weekend conference-wise here, and there's a lot of Look, I'm going to be Team Anarchy. I'm just going to be honest. I want nothing more than for, like, Duke to beat Virginia and, like, this anarchy ensues. But, if you're a football person, you're watching this, you should have a lot to look forward to starting tonight. It's a pretty big weekend.
Minus 23.5 hosting Troy in the Sun Belt Championship. I mean, the Dukes are going to be out to prove something. They're on the outside looking in for the college football playoffs, so they need to win ultra convincingly. And so I like that. It's not one of my picks for the week, but I will be going with the Dukes.
Even with the interim.
Yeah.
I love it.
To me, everything's in place. Same thing with Lane Kiffin leaving. It's not going to it shouldn't affect how they perform in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the things. And one of those other teams on the outside looking in technically right now, Tulane in the American. Although North Texas is in the same boat, right? They both lose their coaches to Power 4 programs, but I just think Tulane's
college football is a joke.
Yeah.
That that you're going to have guys doing, and then you got signing day for the freshmen.
The early signing day,
it's too early. It's too early.
Yeah, but blame the schedule, guys.
I got to change something.
I kind of went on a little bit of a rant yesterday, a little bit, and I just like.
What do you think about Lane Kiffin leaving?
Well,
Kyle, you have thoughts on that?
I have probably zero thoughts, but I'm sure Paul has many.
Well, look, I again, hand up. I did it yesterday. Hand up. I became a guy who was a Lane Kiffin apologist of sorts. I bought whatever he was selling in terms of like he not reformed or whatever you want to call it, but like made the turn of not being quite the whatever you want to call him. And as is the case at all, but essentially one of his stops at this point, it's became a circus around him, and that's why I said it yesterday. I always will be on the side of the players.
I'm not a fan of Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're going to get offered that much money to coach at a blue blood school like LSU, you're going to take it. And then, of course, you're not going to coach Ole Miss anymore.
But that's my issue with it. It's the fact that it dragged on for over a week. I think we all knew he was not going to be staying at Ole Miss. Dragged it on for a week, and then essentially tried to sell us the lie of like, well, my understanding was I was going to coach. Like, no, you weren't going to coach in this deal. Like,
don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
Well, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That's the way that college football is scheduled out creates these situations, and they got to change it because, if Lane Kiffin coached Ole Miss through the playoffs and they lost or won or whatever, and then 2 days after the championship game or whenever the season ended officially for everybody, he said, "I'm accepting a job at LSU." Yeah. Okay, no problem. They're forced into these stupid situations, and so and there's no like overall leadership for college football to even speak on behalf of college football. But the problem is like, what kind of a sport does this?
Yeah,
where you can have teams be coached by guys and then get to the biggest point of the season and then they got to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, the tough part with college football, right, is at the whatever you want to call it, FBS 1A level, the NCAA doesn't run. They run the show, but they don't run the show.
There's nobody in charge.
Correct. And I think that's the thing. We have the committee and everything like that for the playoff, and they don't even know what they're doing at this point very clearly.
The conference commissioners and the ADs at the power schools run the show, and it's just a terrible overall product.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Yeah. Just because, they sell you on this tradition and the excitement and the big games, and then when it gets to the point where we finally have a playoff now, but it's a mess. Mm-hmm. I'm not even talking about like this team should get in, that team shouldn't. I'm talking about you got teams that have had ultra successful seasons that have their coaches not with them at the most important point of the season now. What kind of crap is that?
Yeah,
something needs to be done.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's luring Nick Saban to be the commissioner or whatever, but there needs to be a head, as you said. There needs to be somebody.
Right.
Somebody running point,
and
right?
Commissioner.
Yeah, somebody running point here and figuring that out. So, welcome to state college football
playoff, and you're going to say that the Sun Belt Conference is a Division I entity, then their champion should go to the playoff.
Correct.
And if there's talk like, so if Duke beats Virginia, Duke won't go to the playoff.
Yeah.
Nobody will, maybe. Or maybe Miami at that point.
Well, I think
nobody from the ACC. Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
The ACC screws up again.
Yeah.
Joke conference
Yeah.
all around, always has been, and they put themselves in this stupid situation where the best team in their conference isn't going to be able to go to represent the ACC in the playoffs. Be Miami.
Yeah.
And you can say, yeah, well, Miami lost. Well, they did, but, Virginia will get thrown to the wolves if they win.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole thing is just so stupid, but, I do place blame on the ACC leadership for just totally screwing up at every step of the way.
Yeah.
They thought they were building this awesome football conference when they expanded and killed the Big East and and really started the ball rolling on all this nonsense. And they've got their clock cleaned by the SEC and the Big Ten all along the way to this point where now they are legitimately a joke.
Yeah.
Duke and Virginia in their title game.
Yeah.
It's a joke conference.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know which time were you talking specifically though on dipping into the Big East well? The final nail in the coffin or 2004?
All along the way.
Yeah.
All along, everything that they did, they had no conviction to what they were doing. They just thought, oh, we're going to just get these schools and all of a sudden we're going to be great.
Yeah.
But schools like Miami and Virginia Tech and Syracuse, every single Big East school that they poached has done way worse in the ACC than they did when they were in the Big East.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's probably a subject for a whole nother podcast.
Hey, I'm with you. So, what are you going to do?
One last college football thought. You can get the Oklahoma Sooners to win the national championship at plus 6,500. That's my dark horse. I don't think they're going to win, but I think of all the long shots that they probably have the only team that has a real chance to maybe.
Yeah. It's interesting
beat
because
Alabama this year.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not a fan of their offense since Mateer came back from surgery. He just has not looked the same. That offense has not been the same. I guess to that end, I'm agreeing with Danny Cannell, where I do disagree with them on that front, though, is the fact that defense is. I won't want to face that defense.
It's
I know that
legitimate
much.
that they could beat
Yeah.
and win every game. I mean, where let's say Virginia gets in.
Yeah.
You're throwing money away. I think they're like plus 100,000 to
Yeah.
win right now or something crazy. But one last thought on college football: Indiana plus 4.5 against Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Who do you like?
I'm gonna take Indiana with the points.
I think I will too.
Yeah.
Hurts ignited.
I think it's going to be. I think that game is going to be a low-scoring affair. I think if it's to me, it's the perfect nightcap for Saturday night. I think it's going to be kind of an old school, really defense-heavy game in that sense. Now that I'm saying that out loud, probably going to be the opposite, but
shootout.
yeah, I like Indiana catching the 4.5. Now, do they win outright? I don't know, but I like them catching the 4.5.
All right. Okay. On to the NFL.
Yeah. Kyle, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't have many thoughts.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think at this point we can probably just jump right into our picks at this point. Final week of the buys, a lot to look forward to there. It's great. I get to go first here. I'm all about it. So
I'm sure we'll have the same pick. We do a lot.
it's possible. We've all had some sort of tandem lockstep together here the past few weeks. With that in mind, I'm gonna go back to the well here. We've been riding this now for the past few weeks. I'm gonna do Tennessee at Cleveland under 34.5. Tank Bowl, gonna be cold again in Cleveland.
I like it.
I just think Cleveland's defense, I always go back to it, but man, I mean, we got Myles Garrett again on the threshold of getting the season sack record and everything like that. And I just,
The Browns' offense.
yeah, it doesn't matter about Tennessee's defense as much as it is Cleveland's offense there. So I'm gonna go back to the
rumors
well.
that Deshaun Watson might be active.
I think not this week, but they just opened up the practice window, so.
Not that would matter.
No. So, I am going though. I'm gonna go back to the well. I don't really care if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, we're going with it.
Okay.
I don't know. Jim, I guess you technically would have the hand here because you have the bigger bankroll, so up to you.
It's going on my list too, Titans, Browns under, but I'm not going to go with it because you did. But that was one of my short list of games here. The problem is I've got about 8 lines that I love, 8 games that I love this week.
It's more than me.
All 8 of them aren't going to hit. You know, if I have a good week, 6 of them would. But what 3 am I going to pick for this show to stop the bleeding?
Yeah.
Because the last 2 weeks I've gone 1 and 2. So I'm stepping outside the box. I'm taking Bengals, Bills under.
Oh.
53.5.
I can get you a flat
I'll
54.
take the 54 because that's a lot of points.
Yeah.
And everybody assumes this is just going to be a shootout. And but how are the Bills going to beat the Bengals? They're probably not going to want to get in a shootout with the Bengals. Mm-hmm. They're probably going to want to control the ground game. Bengals don't have much of a rush defense. So I think that'll keep the score down a little bit. I do think it'll be relatively high scoring, just not that high scoring. I mean, they met twice last in 2023. They didn't play last year.
Yep.
Final score that year, both Bengals wins, 24-18 and 27-10, both well under the 53.5. I just don't. I don't see it being like the total back and forth shootout that everybody's expecting because I don't think that that's a good strategy for the Bills, who both teams need the win, obviously, but the Bills really need it because the Bengals still, of course, they need to win out, but nobody really thinks the Bengals are going to get in the playoffs this year, do you? Does anybody?
No.
I mean,
no.
2 games back of Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and they play each other this week.
Yeah. It's more, I think for them, it's just more, I just don't know if I want to face them if I'm in that playoff needing position.
No, like I was saying, if you're the Bills, that's a tough game this week, even though it's at home, and I don't think they're going to be approaching it like trying to have a shootout. I think they're going to try to win the game by controlling the ball and winning the time of possession, keep the ball out of Burrow and Chase's hands. So.
Yeah, and if you again, for other people who dive more into this too, again, this is another game where weather might be a hair of a factor. It's supposed to be cold, might have some snow in the air. Not that it really affects much in Buffalo in that sense, as some people might know, but you never know from, say, the Cincinnati side of things or anything like that. So, yep. All right, Kyle.
Speaking of unders, I'm going to go with tonight's game.
Oh.
We get these weird Thursday night games.
It's true.
The over-under is 54.5.
I can get you a flat 55, actually.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Look, for example, the Lions could win 30-21 or vice versa. That's 51.
St. Brown not playing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And Sam Laporte has been out, of course.
Yeah.
The Lions, look at what they did on Thanksgiving. They just didn't look right.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys have been playing well, and, they've been putting up points. But again, one of the teams could put up 30, and the other one could put up 20, and that's 50.
Yeah,
55's high.
Short week. Big game for both teams.
Well, it's not a short week for them, though.
Oh,
they've had a full week off,
that's
both
true.
of them.
They played on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But I am with Kyle on that front, thinking it from that side.
And the public is going over. It's like 66% over. So you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I do. I don't know if the Lions would have the firepower to keep up with the Cowboys if the Cowboys are clicking offensively.
Yeah.
George Pickens has been unreal. Great addition.
The CD has been CD this year. I don't know. I will say this, to tag on to that a little bit, it's not one of my picks, but a sprinkle option I think is Dallas outright tonight. So
I'm never gonna have much confidence to bet on Dallas on the road any time, but it's getting about to the point now where Dallas will do Dallas things.
That's true.
When they're about ready to maybe. So I don't know if it'll be this week or next week, but I do like the under pick.
They did lose to the Cardinals on Monday Night Football 3 weeks ago by 10. Remember that?
Now, has a Thursday night prime game ever gone over?
I'm sure.
I read this total hasn't gone over on a Thursday night and only once in the last 8 Thursday games.
So crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
7-1 were unders, and I think over 52.
All right, I'm sold. I'm going under tonight too and betting the house.
There you go.
And the thing is, DraftKings is the same too. You would think one might be a point less. No, they're both 54.5.
crazy.
No arbitrage.
Yeah. All right. My next game, I call my next. It's a little bit of stoppable forts meets movable object, but I'm taking the Raiders +8 at home against the Broncos. Denver. Now, the Raiders have been a very fickle team to our podcast.
I would be like plus 30 points probably if I didn't bet the Raiders at all this year on this show.
You are correct.
So have fun with that.
But Denver,
Are you basing it off that Thursday night game a few weeks ago?
during this win streak, has not won by more than a touchdown.
But they haven't played the Raiders yet.
That's fair.
And they've trailed in every game.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So I'm going to go from that number side of things and just take the Raiders +8. Maybe, just maybe, the Raiders can come back into our good graces on the podcast.
And that won't ever be back on my good graces. But maybe you can wear silver and black next week.
Let's not get too carried away. But yeah, and look, Denver, I don't know, man. That offense is just really questionable, and I think the Raiders can keep it close.
In the league, they're 10-2.
It's fair, but they ain't winning by a lot. They win, but it ain't by a lot.
Until this week when they win by 25.
It's
know.
a
We'll
risk.
see. We'll see.
It's a risk I'm willing
It's
to
a
take.
divisional rivalry game.
Yeah,
It was 10-7 in the first matchup.
it's true.
It was the ugliest Thursday night game of all time.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
That game probably went under
10-7.
Mm-hmm.
But that game went under by 30 points. Yeah. So speaking of divisional rivalries, it's my pick next, right?
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's freaking beating up on the Steelers and Mike Tomlin this week, you know? Isn't it brutal?
Well, no.
It's just
You're asking the wrong guy,
my
though.
experience, when a team has a week like this and a coach has a week like this, and then they got a divisional game coming up on the road at Baltimore, and they're getting 5.5, it's gonna be a different looking team, and they're gonna cover the 5.5 at Baltimore, who's not that good. Everybody's excited because Baltimore, and there's a reason that the Steelers haven't had a losing record under Mike Tomlin, and right now they're at 6-6, and they got this divisional game.
That's right where Mike Tomlin wants him.
And I just have a feeling that the Steelers are going to, you're going to give me 5.5 points in a Steelers-Ravens game. I'll take the underdog either way, probably. So give me the Steelers plus 5.5, unless you can get me 6.
That's 5.5. It's the best I can get you.
Okay, that's fine.
And I don't have the numbers, but I think there was a stat where Pittsburgh actually has had Baltimore's number. I don't know if it was the home or the road, but the last several years, no matter who's at quarterback. So who knows?
Well, you got two of the most overrated head coaches in the league going at it in that game, so who knows what might happen.
Outright.
I will defend Mike Tomlin as one of the better coaches in the NFL. To take it to the wall on that. I think he gets just such a bum rap.
It's fair.
To win. Pittsburgh fans, I can understand the frustration at some point, but I mean, you're not the Jets, you're not the Titans, you're not the Saints, you're not the Giants, the Cardinals, or the Raiders. I mean, every year you have a winning football team. And I don't think it's Tomlin that's not getting them over the top. It's the roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely the roster.
Giants have won a Super Bowl more recently than the Steelers. Just want to point that out.
So a lot of teams have won a Super Bowl more recently before 11. And I like the Giants, and I'm not a Steelers fan or anything. It's just like, to have a winning teams year after year with some of the rosters that he's been given.
I don't disagree, but
we'll see how it goes.
I enjoy seeing the Steelers crash and burn.
Oh, we love seeing Baltimore crash.
I also love seeing John Harbaugh crash and burn.
We should all be picking Pittsburgh in this game. Screw Baltimore.
Right.
I choose a tie.
Yeah,
Where are my odds for a tie?
Well, anyways, I'm on the record. Steelers plus 5.5.
Fair enough. Kyle.
Okay, this is going to be a
Safe.
huge bounce back week for that team out in L.A. Rams
Okay.
at Arizona minus 8.5.
Wow, I can get you 7.5.
I can't believe that.
They even have that at 7.5. I was looking at that game too.
The Rams, against Carolina, yes, they lost outright. But what did they do? They shot themselves in the foot. I mean, several times in, red zone twice. They aren't going to do this against the Cardinals.
A West Coast team going east, had all the makings. And because they lost, and they are one of the better teams in the NFL, they ain't gonna lose again this week.
And it's the Cardinals, man. They are so
Joke.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
So I think that's almost my lock of the week out of every
Oh.
game.
Look at that then.
I feel real good.
I don't hate it. You know, I'm a little bit scared for my pick of the NFC, the Rams at this point, but they didn't. Carolina, man, sucks that they're on the bye this week. I might have done something with them, but oh well.
I was the only guy that's been on the Panthers bandwagon all season.
You have. It's been a roller coaster, but you have.
I'm gonna stick with them.
Another team that started bad too. They were 0-3. Imagine if they maybe even at least went 1-2, where they could be right now.
That Falcons game.
Yeah, right.
All right, my last pick. I was torn between two games here. One of them was actually, funnily enough, the other LA team, the Chargers. But I know he's slated to play still. I just don't feel like I can risk having Trey Lance be under center. So I pivoted.
What about the injury news a little bit ago?
Oh,
The Eagles, Jalen Carter
yeah.
is out.
It's a big loss.
It's a big.
Surgery on both shoulders. or
Yeah.
Procedure.
It's a. Yeah.
No, but I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying
Yeah,
does that change.
I'm not touching that game. I don't like it at all.
So I'm pivoting off of it, and I'm going to do Houston plus 3.5 at Kansas City. They're riding the wave pretty good. They have the momentum. Kansas City does not have the momentum.
Chiefs don't blow people out either.
Yeah, so
Many people are like, Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. Of course, they're going to win their next 5 games. Look at
Right.
their schedule. Nobody wins 5 games in a row in the NFL when they were started out. When they're 6, it's 6-6 right now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're going to win 5 in a row.
and I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to do an eye test thing here right now. But like, does Patrick Mahomes give you any like faith when the back is against the wall? Because he hasn't been able to do that a lot lately.
Lately, all right.
And if you're a Kansas City fan, I feel like this would be a game where you feel like we have to get it done.
The Texans got to get it done too.
Correct, but I'm taking the hotter version of needing to get it done. And like you said, they tend, especially right now, not to blow teams out.
Yeah, I can't say that the Texans are definitely going to win on the road, but they're probably not going to lose by more than a field goal. So I can't argue with that pick. I have it on here.
Yeah.
As well.
So that's my 3. Lock it in.
Well, geez, I find myself with a lot of things here on my board agreeing with Paul. That's got me second guessing myself.
Yeah, I was the only one in the green last week.
You know what I like?
Don't you?
I like over in that Texans Chiefs.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was kind of leaning, if I had to choose, I'd go under, but
41.5 points. You don't think like Nico Collins is going to catch one, and they both can run the ball. Or I mean, the Texans can run the ball. Yeah, I
don't know. I guess I just view the Houston defense too in that game to be a pretty big X factor too.
What's the best line you can get me on the over under for that one?
Over 41.5.
Yeah, that's what I got. 41.5. I almost would rather take JMU for my official pick, but
that's up to you.
You know what?
Would you like to hear whatever line I can get you for JMU first?
Before I make my final choice.
I can get you JMU at 21.5.
All right, do it. Give me the Dukes.
All right.
My first college pick of the year.
I love it. And that's technically, that's an at-home game against Troy. So
Sun Belt Conference Championship, Eyes of the Nation, Friday night.
Upon Harrisonburg, Virginia. Yep. Love it. All right, I like that pick though. Troy's been a nice story, but JMU better.
JMU's got more on the line.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they can't just win.
Correct.
Like any outside they have it getting into that playoff, they need a really convincing win Friday night.
Stomp with the boot.
Yep.
So, all right, Kyle. Back to you, man.
So I wrote this down yesterday, and I just told you the Jalen Carter news.
Yeah.
That's not stopping me. Eagles minus 2.5 at the Chargers.
I can get you. Hold on. I can get you 1.5.
Yeah, that's
Probably
perfect.
moved after the Carter injury.
Yeah, my thinking here is strictly just a gut feeling and thinking that the Eagles aren't going to lose 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Herbert's banged up, and I mean, so the Eagles are too, because now that injury is big. But I still think the Eagles win this game.
That was my original gut feeling too. Was that the Eagles are going to win that game? And I think last week I told you the Eagles are probably just getting overlooked here as one of the better teams in the NFC. But then they went out and lost. So
One of these weeks, they're going to come out and we're going to be like, oh, they're back.
I kind of agree with that. But I don't know if it'll be this week.
Yeah, with everything kind of happening, I don't know. This game,
A 3-game losing streak for the Eagles, I don't see it.
you never know.
Seems too crazy, but
Some other games I like. Bears plus 6.5 at the Packers. Like, okay, you finally convinced me, Chicago. You guys are legit. Packers have, I think it's a huge line for the Bears, who were one of the hottest teams in the NFC, against the Packers, who,
probably just going off the Thanksgiving game, really. They're trying to trick people here, thinking that the Packers, big win over the Lions, are going to do this again.
the Lions, who lost Amon-Ra St. Brown in the first quarter. It's harder to play a game when you lose somebody like that early in the game than it is if they were out, going into the game.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I've all year kind of been down on the Bears, and it's like, no, they're legit. Ben Johnson's the real deal. And isn't it ironic that Ben Johnson is now on the Bears and all of a sudden the Lions, instead of the OC for the Lions, and now the Lions are struggling? So, geez, Ben Johnson's taking off his shirt and stuff.
Yeah. Hey.
So I like the Bears plus 6.5. I think it's a lot. I think that line should be like 2.5. And what's so great about the Packers at Lambeau? Didn't the Panthers go in there and spank them in Lambeau?
It's true.
So, but great game, and it's going to be highlighting the 4 o'clock window, I think. One of the oldest rivalries in the
America's
NFL.
game of the week, or whatever.
One of the oldest rivalries in the NFL.
Took the Bills-Bengals out for this game, remember?
Yep. So I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
Yeah.
I like it.
You like it?
6.5, yeah.
I'm kind of in between. I don't know.
Conventional thinking would also say take the Colts minus 1.5 at the Jaguars this week.
I do agree with that, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I can touch it.
Oh, well, to be fair, yeah. If you gave me the option, I'm not going near it either.
Yeah, you just can't trust Jacksonville.
But can you
Can't trust Indy right now.
Yeah, I mean, since
Yeah,
Daniel
but
Jones
I would trust the
injury,
Colts more.
They got Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
That's a big plus. Sauce Gardner is out probably, right?
Yeah.
And he, since they traded for him, they've lost.
It's true.
Isn't that crazy? And
People are
he-
saying.
and Gardner's contributed to the losses by making dumb plays.
Well, they're welcome to the FL1 Analytics podcast. If you look at some of the advanced stuff, like Sauce has not been really great outside of his rookie year. Like it's one of those things where if you dive into like what do they call it? The NFL. I'm forgetting the name of it, where they track the stats and everything with like the chip in the jersey and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But if you go through all that, it's like he's pedestrian at best in a lot of scenarios.
He gets away with a lot, too. You ever see all the holding calls he should have been called for?
But anyways, he's not even playing. So
Yeah.
maybe the Colts will be a win now that he's
It's
out.
true. Yeah.
But that's a tough one. The Jaguars have been one of those teams I've kind of tried to ride this year, and they've let me down when I have, and when I bet against them, they let me down by winning.
Yeah.
So I'm not touching it.
No.
But game of the week in the NFL: Dolphins at Jets. I like Jets
Coming
plus 3.
off the Dolphins' other game of the week last week against the Saints.
Yeah, I like and the Dolphins let me down last week
True.
at home against the Saints.
They did their best.
So now they're going to the Jets, where Aaron Glenn's got them like reinvigorated, and
T-Rod Taylor.
plus 3. Give me the Jets.
I do like that. Yeah.
Nobody disagrees with that one. Dolphins had the game against the Bills, and all of a sudden everybody thought the Dolphins were good, but they weren't. It was just an anomaly.
To be fair, they have played. What are they like 4-1 in the past 5 weeks
They
or something?
barely
Like
edged
The Jets
out
are
Saints
the
at
Jets are
home.
3-2 in their last 5.
movable force meets touchable object or whatever the hell, forcible object.
And that's one of Cincinnati's loss to the Jets. Remember, they're really pissed right now about that, thinking
Yeah.
where they could be.
And that game that they really gave away.
Yeah, they led double digits fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that happens early in the season, and now we get back, we do these playoff scenarios, and these teams are just thinking, man, if we could just had one more win. Or in the case of some teams like the Packers, one less tie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the Ravens right now. Why did we blow a 15-point lead to the Bills in the fourth
Week
quarter?
one, yeah.
Exactly. Frauds.
And the Cowboys, too, that tie's going to probably keep them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
6-5-1.
Yeah, nice little 40-40 tie. Remember that against the Packers.
So, anyways, those are some other games of interest. But it's the best week in the NFL this year, this week.
For sure.
So many games of with big playoff implications.
If only the Commanders are good.
Hey.
That Vikings game would be maybe a little better,
How
but
about no?
Hey, I'm the one to blame. I put $25 on a Bills Commanders Super Bowl this year. That they're not even offering me cash out options anymore.
Well, I don't think I would be either.
Yeah, that was a waste of $25.
Hey, speaking of money, if you're an out of New York bettor tuning in, Syracuse can get 200-1 to win the national title this year for basketball.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm just saying.
I like it. This team is legit. And thank God they got pulled out that win. And keep in mind, they still didn't have Donnie Freeman.
You can get I just went deeper. You can get Syracuse at 100-1 for the ACC title.
Well,
That's
Duke,
crazy.
Duke looks pretty good.
Yeah,
ACC regular season title or ACC tournament title?
it just says conference winner, whatever that means for that.
Yeah, I mean, Duke looks really good. Carlos Boozer Jr. there is really
Yeah.
something. But,
Yeah,
But yeah, the Cuse hasn't had. I mean, they're
I still miss
a lot
Malik
of
Brown.
athleticism, and they're super likable. I like these kids.
Yeah,
Whether it's Kyan Anthony or Nate Kings or everybody's got to love Kyle. This
William
big
Kyle,
guy.
baby.
And Sadiq White.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times watching Syracuse, you just get so frustrated because they just couldn't get the rebound when they could have used one. Like they did everything right and they just didn't get the rebound, or some just stupid ways that kept them from getting over the hill. But at the end of that Tennessee game, Sadiq White came up with 2 big time rebounds at the end of the game against bigger, strong. Well, maybe not taller, but stronger. At least if you look at him, stronger defenders for Tennessee, and he came up with a couple huge rebounds that helped secure that win. Love Sadiq White, and I think Kyan Anthony hasn't quite gotten into the flow. I think he's better than he's shown so far. I think he's just been pressing a little bit. I think they're going to continue to kind of gel, and interested to see what changes with the lineup when Donnie Freeman comes.
Yeah, I was about to
back.
say, yeah.
But great, they're playing great defense. Starling is a true leader of that team, and he showed it knocking down 2 big shots at the end of that game.
Or as Dennis Scott called them, starlings. But, yeah, it's interesting. And, look, obviously, I've only been alive since 94. But for me, anyway, this is about the most ferocious. I don't know about necessarily physical, but I don't know if I've ever seen a Syracuse team play this type of defense where it's frankly it's kind of swallowing in a way.
Yeah, they're relentless. They switch.
Yeah.
They're smart on the switches. You got Starling picking up the point guard at the other opposing end foul line, and it's harassing. But who knows how some of these other teams might have been in man-to-man defense, but we only played 2-3 zone.
Right.
I still wish we did play some 2-3 zone, honestly. But but as far as defensively, this is the best Syracuse man-to-man defense. It's a small sample size though.
Yeah.
But they're legit. They're legit.
They do well in the man-to-man. I thought, in all honesty, and I know it's a little bit tough when you play the style of defense they do, but when they went into whatever you want to call it, the 1-3-1 full court trap defense there for a little bit, first time. Red's done it before and it's worked, but like this was the first time I felt like where it was like, oh, this is like probably sustainable and scary. Like, you know, you can't. I don't think we could have said that even when Boeheim kind of did it there at the end. I don't think any of those teams could do it the way that this team is doing it.
And we're deep enough to be able to do it because you know you need a little blow. There's next man up. They're deep.
Yeah,
And and Autry's willing to go deep where Boeheim was never willing to go too deep.
very true.
And I'm not knocking Boeheim's style, and I'm not advocating Autry. To me, Autry is still
a lot to
prove.
yeah,
This was a big first step.
yeah,
We'll see how they fare in conference play, and hopefully don't drop a stupid game before.
correct. Yeah,
But I'm rooting for him. He's an Orangeman true and true. If anybody remembers him from a player, we were at school at the same time. He was a freshman when I was a freshman at Syracuse, and he was a stud warrior point guard, prototypical, great Orangeman.
yep. Yeah, Orange have 7 straight home games here to wrap up the year,
What do you
literally.
think about the crowd?
Yeah, it was interesting. I know I told you this, Jim. I did have the opportunity to go just with the weather and everything. I kind of made some other plans, so I couldn't go. I thought the crowd was pretty good for what it was, and I know where you really are trying to get with this a little bit, I think. I don't have a problem with the court storming, especially from the student angle of it. They haven't had
I don't like it, but I don't have a problem with
they
it.
haven't had anything in 3 years to go and get excited about in the on the basketball side of things. So
The social media
Yeah.
world, like that's just something that's some kids are gonna do. It's easy to do at the Dome too. They just run.
yeah,
So I don't have a problem with the storm crowd. I wish they didn't, but
yeah,
you know what? Let them have some fun after losing on
Right.
the football side of things by a
Yeah.
combined score of like, you know, what was it, like 100 and something to like 6 over the last 2 weeks
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, and then losing all those games in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it felt really good. And I got to be honest with you, watching that game down the stretch, I haven't been that nervous at a Syracuse game in a long time because I felt like if they didn't pull out that win, that the season was over. But if they did,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden anything's possible again. And it's really stupid to think that way over like something that was such a close, could have gone either way.
But it's the way Vegas played out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't win any of those games in Vegas, then we're going to come home and lose another one to a top team. But we got that quad one win, and now we'll play the ACC conference schedule.
Yeah.
And we got Georgetown coming up to it all.
No.
We do not this year.
No, it's I'd have to look it up fully here, but I know it's St. Joe's, Hofstra, Mercyhurst.
But are we playing Georgetown at all
No.
this year? That's
No,
too bad.
no Georgetown, no Nova, no UConn. Although I've heard the UConn thing might be getting refired up next year, so we'll
I'd rather
see.
play Georgetown.
And
Easier win.
yeah, I don't disagree. Look, me and you have talked about this before. I think in a pipe dream world, there'd be some sort of mini Big East type of deal every year of sort. Well,
Preseason tournament?
right, yeah,
December tournament?
where it's like Syracuse, St. John's. You get some of these teams that are
Georgetown,
close
Seton
enough.
Hall,
Yeah,
Villanova, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Boston
and-
College, not invited.
yeah, and you
They
run.
never did shit.
Yes, well, yeah,
They never did shit for the Big East.
that's true. I'm thinking before the Big East.
1984, the Big East sent 3 teams to the Final Four. They had a chance at a fourth, but Boston
BC.
College lost
Yeah,
because they always did.
and the Hill family thanks them for their service.
Memphis went
But
instead.
yeah, but yeah, I mean,
Four-way Final Four Big East in '84.
Yeah.
All right, was it '84? Yeah, '84. The year Villanova won it.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's something that we've talked about where it's like just get some of these teams together. Like, who says no? Especially right now, you have St. John's, who's been on a pretty good revival. Nova's always at least in the conversation. Georgetown has had a mini revival as well and stuff like that. You know, hopefully, you hope Syracuse is back up on the swing here and
There's
everything.
just not enough games. I mean, like, because you still got to pick up
Yeah.
your 6 to 8 wins against cupcakes to build your, it's
Yeah.
when you're playing in these tough conferences.
Yeah. So who knows? Let's see here. I did get the games up here for Syracuse, St. Joe's, and now it went away for me because I clicked off. Nice. There we go. I got it back. St. Joe's, Hofstra, Mercyhurst, Northeastern, Stonehill, and then Clemson New Year's Eve to kick
open
off
up
the ACC
ACC.
play. So
They're not very good this year, Clemson.
they don't look it, yeah. But who knows? Luck can change in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever the term is here. So.
Well, the Orange has to go undefeated for the rest of 2025, and then we're set to go.
Yep. And for me specifically, I really hope they kick the shit out of Mercyhurst. So.
Yeah, I didn't really have that on my radar.
So Mercyhurst
They better kick the shit out of Mercyhurst.
Right, but for those who don't know, I went to college in Erie, Pennsylvania at
Gannon.
Gannon. Mercyhurst crosstown rival. They obviously went D1 last year, and so look, there's nothing I'd love more than to see Mercyhurst get curb stomped in Syracuse. So
They should.
yes, they should. So all right, I think that about does it for the podcast today, guys. So we'll get out here on that note then. You can find the FL1 Betting Podcast here on fingerlakes1.com. The
I'm
FL1.
still here, by the way.
Yeah, Kyle's hanging out. He he has no idea. We'll
How
get
are
you.
the Sabres
Yeah.
doing?
Well, they take two steps forward and then they go backwards. And that's what happened last night. They went backwards.
2 steps forward. That was an improvement.
Yeah, I guess. They're 11, 12, and 4. So literally what I just said.
Yeah.
Because of how their record is.
Yep.
So they're going nowhere.
Thoughts on the Creighton Blue Jays, Kyle, for college basketball?
I wouldn't even I don't even know if I could make something up and pretend like I knew.
We'll get you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Norris back though.
Yeah. That's
Looked good
great.
yesterday.
He did. Both games.
At least they're in it at this point. Like, the season was over last year at this point.
Yeah, what's weird is a lot of the league is bad. Like they're in dead last in the East, but they're only like 6 points out of being in a playoff spot.
They just need a hot week.
Yeah, and they never get that. It's in 14 years apparently.
I'll say the Lightning started at the bottom and now they're back on top. So I don't know. The NHL this year has been fun to watch. It's been tough to bet, admittedly.
Yeah, I do
but
not
it's
bet
been
on
fun
I
to
got
watch.
Avalanche to hoist the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, probably will.
You never know. I will say this, like, perfect example of it, I did not anticipate Chicago looking like they have all year so far. And I don't know. Their front line is really good, and it gets weird, but they're a perfect example.
I think my pick right now for the cup would be Dallas. The Stars.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. Dallas has looked. They've looked every bit the part. Maybe it literally was the coaching change they needed. Yeah.
And do you want to get into the NBA quick? Because I know
Sure.
you love it.
Go
I
quick.
won an NBA bet last night.
Oh.
I took FanDuel was given a 50% profit boost, same game parlay. So I'm like, why am I not going to
Attempt something here.
Yeah. So I took Karl Anthony Towns over 12 rebounds.
Oh, boy.
Somebody else over so many assists and somebody else over something. I don't know. I didn't even watch the game, but I woke up this morning and boom, I won like $60
Hey.
and like a $10 bet.
Thank the Knicks for their service.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Fun to win.
Kyle?
Lakers are going to win it all.
Wow.
And I don't I don't really care about the NBA either, but I think it's a Lakers year.
Wow. You're jumping on that. They have become the darling pick right now. You're jumping on board with it.
And LeBron isn't doing much, and he doesn't even need to do much.
Yeah.
That's how good that team is. Austin Reeves is on another planet.
Yeah. The Lakers are literally.
That's Luka's team.
Yeah.
LeBron's just there to kind of support.
Yeah.
You know, he gets his little 10-point streak going.
They should trade him.
Wow. It's funny you mentioned that, Jim, because I've read things
Go
and
back
heard
to Miami,
things.
please.
No.
No, make it happen.
Send him to New York. Let the hilarity ensue.
No.
The Knicks?
Yes.
Oh, that would be
Yes.
awful. Miami or Cleveland.
No.
Would feel right.
I don't want him in Miami.
Why not?
The team's good right now with he can't keep up with the pace that the Heat do.
Yeah, he'd be better off in a place like, I don't know, Charlotte.
Oh. Oh God.
God, they are so bad.
What about Memphis?
No, I don't think he can coexist with John Morant.
It's true. Either way.
Anyways,
Yeah.
big shout out to end the show.
Yeah.
Lakers to win it all this year.
Who's your pick, quick? And don't be biased.
To
It's not
win
the Heat.
the NBA?
Yeah. Random. We don't know.
Nuggets.
It's early.
I got a pick.
Nuggets.
Okay.
I got the Oklahoma City Thunder. They got the best record in the league. They're defending
I
champs.
got the Clipper pick.
Yeah, they're not fair. The Thunder aren't fair.
And also not fair is what the Clippers did to Chris Paul this week.
Yeah.
They're a mess. Kawhi Leonard, some of the quotes he's put out.
Could really use some
They had
aspiration.
ownership.
Yeah. Ballmer's
Like in
dropping
any of
it.
these sports that we're talking about, professional sports, it really does all come down to ownership.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. So, 2 Oklahoma cities. Well, Oklahoma City,
Lakers.
Laker, but you're kind of wanting to do Oklahoma City. I know. Jokic is just that dude's unbelievable.
He is, but he was unbelievable last year too, just as unbelievable, right?
It's true.
And they couldn't.
You know what?
I think I had bet the Nuggets last year too.
Not only the Lakers going to win the finals, the Kings now are going to win the cup. It's going to be Dodgers, Lakers, Kings, all championships.
Wow. You're on LA across the board.
Well,
Crazy.
Kings are good too, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
We'll see. They got to make trades.
Sending
what about the
Kopitar.
Galaxy?
Well, I was about to say, but they're sending Kopitar out on top then.
Yeah.
So, Galaxy, I don't know. MLS is done already.
Not really on my radar.
I have no
I
idea.
couldn't even tell you when the regular season is. It's kind of sad, but that is gaining popularity. Or it is. It's popular in circles.
That's true. That's true. And they're shifting over to the European model of scheduling too, starting next year. So
Wow, so
start in the late summer, end into the late spring or something like that. Which is kind of crazy for the northern teams, but
yeah, I mean, well, there's probably a lot of reasons I don't understand why they're doing that.
it's just more so everybody's
Player
on
transfer windows and stuff.
yeah, like on a universal plane of sort.
We're-
So
World Cup coming up announcements. When's that? Like today?
tomorrow's the
Tomorrow?
drawing, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
U.S. is in it because we're hosting.
yep, good thing. All right. I think that does it officially at this point.
Golf's down in Australia at Royal
That's
Melbourne.
true. Jim and Kyle, who are your picks?
I don't really have a pick, but it's a weird field because all the live players are in it. So you're seeing like a different field. The coverage, because it's on the other side of the world, is actually prime time at night. And it's literally one of the greatest golf courses in the world, Royal Melbourne, from an architectural design standpoint. So it's good viewing, but I don't have a pick.
No Cam Champ.
Abraham Answer.
Ooh.
Wait, am I on the right thing? Can I say, would this make sense?
Sure. Let's see.
Corey Connors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're Canadian.
All right, I'll take him.
All right.
Solid bet.
There we go.
First name I caught and just picked. See how he does. Plus 2,700.
Okay, there you go. Not bad. 27-1.
Anyways, I think we covered every.
Yeah,
every
we
single-
have. So on that note, we will get out of here. Appreciate everybody for listening and tuning in. FL1 Betting Podcast can be found on FingerLakes1.com, the FL1 YouTube channel, all major podcasting platforms. Back at it again next Thursday. Good luck, everybody, with your picks this weekend.